Oh, it's going outstanding. The project, we're going to be breaking ground in the end of January, and we fully expect commercial operation in October. So we're very pleased and had some very good meetings with the senior management with the DEWA team yesterday. So we're very pleased about the progress of the project.
Onwards and upwards. Now, the project is going to be producing 10 megawatts of power next year sometime. This will be increased to a whopping 1,000 megawatts by the year 2020. But I want to ask in real terms, what does this mean?
The 10 megawatts is enough power to feed about 500 typical homes. The 1,000 megawatt plant would be capable of supplying enough power for 500,000 typical homes. So it's a massive power plant. A 1,000 megawatt plant is equivalent to a nuclear power plant.
Now, the cost of solar energy is getting cheaper. I think it's fallen by up to 60% for some areas, but cost is still an impediment. And I think when you consider that the amount of money that goes into subsidies for fossil fuels is actually 6 times that what goes into renewable energy. What do we do about changing this? How do we make sure that renewable energy is a priority for every country around the world?
The way we analyze the numbers is all about the value of energy. And if you compare the value of energy coming out of a solar power plant, coming out of the DEWA solar power plant, we can make electricity that is equivalent to making electricity with oil, where the oil is $60 a barrel. So the idea, if you utilize solar power to make electricity, rather than consuming the oil to make the electricity, you can then in turn sell the oil at $90 a barrel rather than consuming it yourself. So it's a natural benefit to the region to utilize the other natural resource it has available to it, which is the sun. And so as a result, we're coming here, our view is this region represents a truly sustainable opportunity in the industry. And that's why we're coming here full force and why we're working on the DEWA project with DEWA.
Certainly making it a viable option, but going back to what I was saying about subsidies, do you think we need to try and lower them? Do you think we should try and completely remove them so that we can increase potentially subsidies for renewables?
It's difficult for me to comment on the political ramifications of should subsidies exist or not exist. With so many projects that we have constructed in the U.S., the subsidy question there exists as well. It's an equal, it's an opposite problem. They're subsidizing the solar power plants and not subsidizing the coal and the natural gas. So along the way, the politicians will work out the results of the subsidies. The reality, though, is when you compare energy to energy, it all boils down to the same thing. The energy I can make today in solar is equal to an equivalent $60 a barrel oil. Sell the oil for $60, you can make electricity with the solar. So.